CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Heartbreak in Davie. Worried family members speak out after 2 horses were stolen over the weekend. CBS News Miami's Peter Dench has the latest on this story.
The owner of one of the stolen horses told me she is heartbroken. She says her 9-month-old filly named Milagro was taken from the world-class equestrian center this past weekend at Southwest Ranches in Davie in darkness, along with a 2-year-old horse named Venus. ARM, the animal recovery mission, fears the horses may have been butchered as part of a black market enterprise involving the sale of horse meat. What did she mean to you, the horse?
It's my little baby. It's my 5th child. I have 4 children, so this is my 5th.
She means so much to you.
Yeah. It's a baby. It's the baby of my child. The horse is so emotional.
How do you feel about what happened to...
Bad, sad, and I don't know, wishing she's okay.
What hurts you about this?
She's a family member, and she was a surprise getting her.
It's terrible. I mean, horses are for us like pets, animals, parts of the members of the family. We do a sport that is show jumping. We train horses for jumping and everything else. And when they take something that is a baby, they don't even have a chance to develop or be what they're going to be.
And ARM says a $25,000 reward is being offered for the arrest and conviction of those responsible. We'll have much more on this story coming up at 5. We are in Davie. Peter Dench, CBS News, Miami.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look outside, heat advisories are in effect once again for Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys. Next Weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler joins us with more on the scorching heat.
Oh my goodness, another hot one today. Temperatures so far, the highest we've seen is 94 degrees. Now the record high would be 95, and that record has been standing since 1909. So we'll see if the National Weather Service puts it up to 95 to tie it today. And now they have continued or extended the heat advisory until 7 o'clock tomorrow for Broward, Miami-Dade. The Keys will be left out of that, but their heat advisory will expire at 8 o'clock this evening. So this is what the actual feels like temperature. The hottest was between 1 to 2, almost 3 o'clock this afternoon. It felt like 107. It's dropped just a couple of degrees since then, so we're definitely in this heat here. 93 at this point. Homestead at 92 degrees. A lot of sunshine today, but it feels like 104 in Fort Lauderdale, 105 in Homestead, 116 degrees down in Marathon. There's a little bit of dust, Saharan dust hanging around. So we don't have the showers and thunderstorms. We don't have the clouds here. There is a disturbance hanging between Tampa and Fort Myers. That is producing cloud cover and some rain up there. They certainly need it, but we just don't have the cloud cover here today. A few speckly clouds. Hopefully we'll get a little shower activity out of this, but right now the sea breeze is kind of pinned here on the Gulf side. We've got an easterly, southeasterly wind, so that's going to pull in at least a little bit of moisture, but there's that Saharan dust in the mid and upper levels. Moves out of here tomorrow. That's going to allow at least a chance for more showers and thunderstorms to come in here. So let's take a look at the next few hours. So our modeling wants to point on a few showers, at least the inland areas, by 6, 7 o'clock this evening. By 9 o'clock, those are gone. It's going to be very warm again tonight. These overnight lows do not drop a whole lot. And tomorrow, east-northeasterly flow will bring some showers in, but really our big rain comes in Wednesday. We have a tropical wave that wants to move in here. That's going to bring us a few showers and thunderstorms, especially by the afternoon. So there's your flow, the dry air out of here, still pushing those showers and storms off to the west. And then Wednesday through Friday, tropical moisture comes in, so that's going to be a better chance, and that will also lower our temperatures just a bit. 60% chance for rain Wednesday and Thursday. Friday down just a little bit. And in the tropics, we have 2 areas that we're watching. Low chance for development here, but it's something to keep an eye on. We certainly will. The closer we get into September, the more likely it is we'll have something. Temperatures remain hot with a chance for rain.
All right, thank you, Cindy. Every decree helps. Well, we've got some new details in the case of a burglary at a jewelry store in Southwest Miami-Dade. That's after brazen bandits made their way inside. This is a look at the scene along Coral Way and Southwest 72nd Avenue. The store owner says nearly $1 million worth of jewelry was taken. The crooks left behind quite a mess. A wall and door appear to have been ripped out in the back of the business. You were asked to call Miami-Dade Police police if you have any information. A horrific case of animal abuse in North Miami. The search is on to find out who shot a dog in the head. We've blurred the images, but want to warn you, it may be difficult to watch. CBS News Miami's Alan McAllister has more from the Miami-Dade Animal Services in Doral.
You pretty girl. Pretty girl. A pretty girl who's the victim of a hideous crime.
We got a phone call from the shelter saying that a female dog came in with a bullet wound to her head.
This sweet 2-year-old dog was found wandering the area of Northwest 123rd Street and 16th Avenue in North Miami Saturday after being shot in the head.
When we went to the doctor, it went through into her abdomen. It's called pulmonary edema. So she has some fluid building up in her neck and also in her abdomen and her mammary gland.
Miraculously, this pup was still in good spirits and walking around when iHeart Animal Rescue took her in, leading to her new name, Miracle.
She's friendly, she's giving kisses and everything.
Now the rescue team is working to raise thousands of dollars to get Miracle the life-saving surgery she needs to survive.
We want to get that bullet and we want to bring it to Miami PD.
And once Miracle gets her surgery, the next step will be to find her forever home.
We take dogs that are shot, that are stabbed, that are bait dogs, and then when we have them and we take care of them, then we need a place for them to go so we can continue to do this.
Anna McAllister, CBS News, Miami.
And if you're interested in helping Miracle, just go to our website. It is cbsmiami.com. If you have any information about who shot her, please call police. Former President Donald Trump was on social media overnight. He lashed out at special counsel Jack Smith and the judge who is overseeing the federal election conspiracy case against him. All eyes are on the Peach State this week. Trump could face yet another indictment. This one is related to alleged efforts to overturn election results in Georgia. At the center of the nearly 2.5-year investigation is a phone call in January of 2021. It is from then President Trump to Georgia's Secretary of State.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
Legal experts expect the Fulton County DA could bring charges against Trump and his allies. Cameras are generally allowed in Georgia courtrooms, so his arraignment could be televised. When we come back, as students gear up to start the new year, we go inside Broward School's Security Operations Center. We're going to show you the work being done to keep your kids safe. Stay with us. Welcome back. 1 week from today, students in Broward County head back to school. And when those first school bell rings, many parents will be thinking about their children's safety. CBS News Miami's Joan Murray got an inside look at how Broward County monitors what's happening in your child's school, and she did it exclusively with the new superintendent.
We can turn all these TVs into camera watching.
In a room in a secret location in the heart of Broward, teams work day and night to prevent another Parkland tragedy.
You're not just having a singular person making a decision about a threat assessment. You have a multi-disciplinary team making those decisions.
We were given rare access to see the District Security Operations Center with new Broward Superintendent Dr. Peter Licata. It was his first time seeing the operation.
You know it's secure when the chief can't get in sometimes.
When an alert comes in, it's handled here. The Security Operations Center has been around since 2019, and in this room, they are connected to every school, able to access every camera at every location in real time. Thousands of cameras have been installed on campuses, some visible, some not, and the numbers keep expanding.
They have access to our, cameras. All the time. So if an incident happens, we have had incidents happen, they immediately can, pull a camera up and support local law enforcement and or our resources on the ground to, to back up the cameras and see where an incident occurred and maybe identify a particular person.
Every school has a panic button.
Yes. Wow. And then deploy the proper resources.
Schools monitor their cameras also. So we're a redundant effort, yes, but we assist with, obviously, if there's an issue going on at a campus emergency.
Every parent wants to feel when their child goes to school that they're going to come home. Mm-hmm. You feel confident?
I do. I think it starts with everyone on campus first. Teachers, students, Fortify, Alyssa's, all these are important that everyone knows about it. I know that we're linked in with government agencies to watch that, but it's literally everybody. Everyone is responsible for school safety.
Security isn't static. It's ever evolving, ever changing. So look for more upgrades, not only this year, but into the future. Joan Murray, CBS News, Miami.
And coming up at 5, how does the Broward School District separate a real emergency from a hoax? We're going to go inside the Threat Assessment Division and find out how the new superintendent rates Broward's ability to respond to a crisis. And make sure to join us tomorrow morning as Joan Murray goes inside Miami-Dade School's police operation. Find out what makes the two districts different. On Wednesday, CBS News Miami's Jacqueline Quinn talks to a security expert about the state's TikTok ban. On Thursday, we take a look at how the national teacher shortage is playing out here in South Florida. And on Friday, part of Jim DeFeedy's extensive coverage with the superintendents of Broward and Miami-Dade schools. That is all on CBS News Miami's morning edition starting at 5 a.m. We've got you covered. Plus, CBSMiami.com is helping you get ready to go back to school. You can find all of our back-to-school stories online. We also have a helpful guide on our website, CBSMiami.com.
Firefighters on Maui sprayed water on hotspots as they try to contain what remains of the wildfires. National Guard teams with cadaver dogs are helping in the door-to-door search in devastated Lahaina for victims, while hundreds remain missing.
I'm still looking for friends and close family.
The state's governor warns hundreds of bodies may still be found.
We'll find 10 to 20 people per day probably until they finish.
Maui's response is now under investigation. Hawaii has confirmed that the sirens never went off, and the governor says there wasn't much that they could do besides getting people out of harm's way as quickly as possible.
When you see mostly fatalities and very few injuries, that tells you it was a natural disaster. Like if you put a fire truck in the way of the flames that were coming through at 1,000 miles an hour, the fire truck would have been incinerated in addition to the people.
Supplies are being distributed to the thousands of people who are now displaced.
Right behind me, the fire had circled around.
Lahaina resident Craig Bradley captured this video of the fire as he fled his home.
With just ash and red embers hitting everything. I throw my last, thing in the car. I get in, I'm escaping, and two friends are on a motorcycle that won't start, and they're right there. We're gonna get in your car, okay? I was like, yeah.
He says for him and his friends, sharing the trauma is therapeutic, knowing they are not alone. Jessica Cartalia, CBS News, Maui.
And that's your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami.